And I want to thank everyone here, school district, and everyone, the volunteers, the members of the community who stepped up to help your community and your neighbors in this time of need. And that's basically what school districts and schools have done throughout this pandemic. School districts, teachers, and staff have stepped up over and over again throughout this past year and a half. Schools in Pennsylvania and across the country have experienced a lot of disruptions as a result of the COVID pandemic. And I'm really proud of how hard teachers, school staff, students have worked to keep learning going throughout this. I know that everybody here is excited about getting back in the classroom after a year of remote learning, of hybrid schedules, and all kinds of pandemic challenges. Back to school is normally an exciting time as many of our teachers and students return to the classroom, but this year especially, after that 15-month, that year and a half hiatus. Getting students back into the classroom safely is something to celebrate. And I want to thank, again, Superintendent Chris Dormer, the National Education Association, the Pennsylvania State Education Association for everything they have done to support a safe school year. The goal this year is not just to start the year, with kids in the school. It's to keep the kids in the school throughout this year. We know that learning in a classroom is important because many students learn better in a classroom, and we learned that in so many ways last year. But being in school is just as important for the social, emotional, and physical well-being of young students. Our kids want to see their friends again. They want to play sports. They want to participate in the activities that help them build skills. They want to connect with their peers. In school, inside school, in the classroom, students learn about important subjects, but even more important, they learn about themselves. And that's why we want to keep kids in the classroom this year, especially after the disruptions and the instability of last year. We want to do everything in our power to keep kids in the classroom all year long. And that's why here in Pennsylvania we're offering 4 key resources to help keep kids in the classroom. First, of course, masking. Second, testing. Third, vaccination. And fourth, increased funding. All this is part of a whole year strategy to keep kids in the classroom where they should be. Let's start with masks. Masks are one of the best tools we have to keep students in the classroom and COVID out. Keep in mind, kids under the age of 12 are not eligible for the vaccine yet. That's why masks are now required in Pennsylvania schools. Masks protect each child, and they also reduce the risk that entire classrooms are going to need to quarantine due to positive COVID-19 cases. And that means more time in the classroom. There's much we're doing in addition to that to help keep schools safer so learning can continue in the classrooms this year. For example, we're including helping vaccine providers work with schools to set up convenient vaccine clinics. We're establishing a program to provide free COVID testing for K through 12 schools across the Commonwealth. And let's not forget that the federal government made a major investment in safe schools through the American Rescue Plan. Pennsylvania schools received more than $4.9 billion in funding from the ARP program this year, which school districts can use in a variety of ways to improve school safety. Beyond the pandemic, my administration is working to support our state's education needs. We made a historic investment in public education in this year's budget on top of earlier increases that I've been proud to make throughout my tenure as governor. Between this year's budget, this year's budget also included a more important initiative called the Level Up Initiative that works to reduce inequity in education funding for Pennsylvania's 100 most underfunded schools. Norristown School District is one of those school districts. Through Level Up, Norristown alone received an additional $1 million in funding, and that was over and above the $1.6 million, I think, that came as a result of the other $200 million increase. Safe learning in schools is possible because of the things we've done to help protect students, teachers, and the greater community. Now we need the help of the public. By working together, we can keep COVID out of our schools, and we can keep our students in our schools. Thank you.